Hello, everyone. Just before we start this episode, we want to let you know that this week, if you're watching this on the public YouTube release, is the real voting for the next community anime. That's the anime that goes in the Tuesday slot. We have 2 choices from the Anime Club, and we have 2 choices from the community that we did last week from the preliminary voting. So if you want to be a part of the real voting, what we're going to watch after Re:Zero, then you'd be a Patreon member or a YouTube member, and you can vote for what comes next. Now, the Patreon members can vote on Patreon. The YouTube members, they're going to have to vote on Discord. So please come to Discord, and you can do that there. If you're a Patreon member, you can't vote on Discord. You'll have to vote on Patreon. I'm excited to see what comes up.
It's going to be exciting.
This is going to be good. Yeah.
So far, the community votes have been top tier. So give us another good show to watch.
Definitely. Thanks, everybody. We'll see ya. Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George. The hobbits are going on an adventure. They're on their little carriage with their wizard friend, and they're going off. Do you think that in the next 2 episodes, I want to do a 2-episode prediction, that we're going to get back home? Or do you think that this next stop is going to be like a long-term 2 to 4 episode stop?
That's a great question. So the whole cataclysm that happened was obviously quite destructive, at least to like people's individual lives.
Sure.
But like not much has been shown about like the ramifications of that, maybe because they're just so far away. And so if they're this far away, unless they do some incredibly fast traveling, I don't think we're getting back home in 2 episodes. I think that might be even be like a season 1 finale. I don't think. Yeah, I think that's like way off. Okay. Now. Well, I guess not way off. This is episode 16. 24 in season 1.
Something like that. Very close.
Okay, so 10 or 8 episodes. So yeah, like I could see it being a season 1 finale, getting back home, and it ends cliffhanger-esque because they get back home and then they finally realize the tragedy that's happened, and like things are destroyed. Some things are in disarray. Other things are like more functional, but it's just like completely different than it was before. My prediction. We'll see.
Do you think it's possible that they never go back, that they receive word of what's happened and they just realize that there's no point in going back at all, and then we just go off into a different aspect of the story? Or do you just not see that happening?
I don't see, at least not for Eris. Like Rudy, I don't even know how he feels towards his parents, because he doesn't necessarily seem to have that like typical, obviously so, or it's obvious why rather, love towards his parents that like a child would, because he's like, I'm a 35-year-old man, dude, and these people happen to raise me in this new body, but they're
but they're
real
not.
Parents are back in the real world or the other world or whatever. So I could see Rudy being like, okay, well, thanks, Paul, and whatever the mom's name was. Thanks for raising me. I'll keep you guys posted on my life or something like that. But I don't think Eris would be like that. She's like, no, I got to see my grandpa. I got to see my, who's now dead, unfortunately. Got to see my parents and all that stuff. So I say he'd stick with her. If he was by himself, though, potentially.
Do you think that the fact that the manor and that, I guess, local government has been overtaken by someone else would spur Rudy to go there just in and of itself?
That's a great question. Rudy is such a complicated character, man, because like last episode he did, or our episode, I think it was across the 2 episodes that we watched. On the one hand, he saved the village, which is like a really good. And then almost immediately after, and this is, if we're putting on a scale, like the good of saving the village far outweighs the peeping Tom part of like happened in the beginning. Right. But it's still like that is a fault that I'm just not used to in other characters, right? Like peeping Toms are always portrayed, or maybe not always, but as far as I can remember, think of, like freaking losers, creepy losers. Like the one I can think of right now off the top of my head is George McFly, Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future. He's like in the with his binoculars on the tree looking at the mom, and his son catches him, dude. Like, thanks for putting, his name's George. Way to represent the Georges, man. But yeah, it's just like he's like a total dweeb and a total loser, and like even his son's like, bruh, what the frick is wrong with my dad? Yeah, exactly.
It's funny that you would give an IRL movie as an example, because I was thinking like that's the most normie response ever. I'm thinking like the most obvious example is like what's his name? Minato from My Hero Academia, the purple hair blob guy whose hair sticks to everything. Oh,
yes.
I was like, that's the obvious example. He'll definitely give that. And then you say some like real life things, George. I watch anime.
Yeah, I
George.
didn't even think of him, but yes, he's like that too. Right. And so like, peeping toms, freaking, they're always little weirdo weasels kind of guys. Mm-hmm. And then we have Rudy over here doing like one of the greatest things you could do, which is like save kids from being trafficked, right?
Yeah, geez.
So like, I don't know. It's like, again, in the scales of morality, I guess, like one far outweighs the other. But it's just I'm not used to protagonists and the guy you want to cheer for having such a weird fault. And so then it opens up the door to like, well, I would think he'd want to go back and save the manor, but like he's unpredictable is not the right thing, but like he can do things that I don't agree with in ways that I don't expect, in ways that I'm not used to. So I could see him somehow finding some way as like, no, well, sucks to be you guys, you're on your own, right? Even though I'd be like, no, dude, you should go help him. It'd be the right thing. But I can see this going totally the opposite way.
That's a good point, because I was 75% sure that he was going to help the village. Like, I was pretty sure. But there was that doubt. Like, if it was another show, I'd be like, well, he'll just save the village. Like, obviously, that's what the protagonist is going to do. But there's always that, like, but there's a chance that he might not. Like, there's a chance that he would be a little bit spiteful and maybe just move on, right? Like, you just never 100% know. And it's not about, like, him being totally unpredictable and you never know what he's going to do because he's morally great. He's not morally great. He's mostly morally good. But you're right. He's a protagonist that has a weird kind of outlining of you never totally know what he's going to do next 100%. You'll have a good idea, but not 100%. So
he's like a generally good dude with a streak of sleaziness about him, right? Which is not things that you're not used to that from protagonists per se. Not most protagonists have faults, and sometimes they're great faults, right? But if they're a heroic character,
right,
like sleaziness is
reliably what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
exactly. Sleaziness is not part of that generally.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm in for the ride. I hope. I hope this is slightly tame on the sleaziness, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're getting to a new chapter now, so maybe we'll see some of that character growth we've been desperately fucking hoping for. Oh my gosh. It's a long road, but let's see.
Let's hope so.
All right.
Okay. Oh. We're going from desert to snow. Oh, maybe it's just because
we're getting a montage.
Okay.
We could get a travel montage and they could be home before you know it.
True. Oh, that's right. Goose or Geese or whatever his name is here. I totally forgot about him. Oh, I love this kind of like environment.
Yeah.
I've gone hiking in places like this that you're just mind blowing. Oh.
Wow.
Holy country of Millis. Oh, what? He's leaving?
Dude, this city is amazing. The blue and white aesthetic is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It
looks
reminds
like a
me a little
city
bit.
in Greece.
It reminds me of Bravely Default.
Santorini, I think.
Actually, there's a city that looks a little bit like that.
Okay. Once again, I'm with the IRL stuff.
Yeah,
With the
what the
freaking
frick?
video game. It reminds me, like, if it wasn't surrounded by mountains, it'd make me think of Atlantis. Because that's what they describe Atlantis as, right? 3 concentric rings.
I wonder if there's divine magic that's like distinctly different from the other magic.
Yeah, I could see that. Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, I love this city. Wow. Probably one of my favorite fantasy city archetypes here. That's so sick.
He goes along with it. Wow, a year and a half.
Crazy.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Why do I feel like this might backfire?
oh, they don't know. They don't know that everything has been fricked. They just know that they were teleported away.
Yeah. Yeah. Goblin slaying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, bro, this is what you imagined?
Yeah, seriously.
True. I don't know if he'll understand that. Yeah,
he doesn't get that.
That's
He's not
amazing.
sophisticated enough for something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit unbelievable.
True, there's so much that's happened.
Well, guess we're going to save that person. Nice.
Okay. Absolutely never abandon a child. Oh. What? Yeah, this is not a kidnapping.
No, it's
Yo,
not.
what? He slid in like a slug. What the heck?
Oh, he's being smuggled, but not against his will.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
Idiot.
dude.
He's actually so dumb.
I thought it was a person that he like landed on or something.
Is he? Oh my gosh, he is. I knew it.
Bro, what the frick?
I knew he was wearing it. I
That's
freaking knew
disgusting, dude. Why would you ever do that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh?
What the? Oh,
No
no.
way, they're hers. What is the scenario, dude?
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Yeah, he deserves what he gets next. Oh.
Oh.
He blocked it fast.
Bro.
Oh
This
my
guy, man.
gosh. Focus, Verdi, please.
Oh. No.
Oh boy.
Is that Paul?
Oh boy. No. Well.
Yeah, like.
Well. You might be frickin' right. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Even drunk.
Oh.
I think it's Paul, dude.
Dude, I think you might be right. Holy frick, it is George.
Oh, oh, he
no.
split the stone. Dude, that's gotta be Paul. Maybe not? Oh, it's so hard to say.
It is. He
Gotta
stopped.
be. Yeah. It is Paul, dude. What?
俺をその名前で呼ぶ男は一人しかいない。そう、それは正真正銘。
No
Wow.
way.
この世界での俺の。
Dang, dude. He's
What?
a mess, dude. He's a mess.
What happened to him? I don't understand.
I mean, his whole family's gone.
But like,
I'd be a mess too.
no, but like, hold on. He sent out that letter and stuff. He seemed like he was going out to find people. I don't understand. I thought he was like on this. My impression was like, he had sent the letter.
guess so
He's
too.
like, everyone's been split up. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to go find people, blah, 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 blah. And then this?
It's been a year and
shocked.
a half too. Like maybe he's received bad news. Like who knows? Who knows?
So wait, he said he recognized the other kid. Right? He looked
Maybe
at
it
the
was a kid from
kidnapped
his
kid
town.
and he said, "Oh, I recognize
Yeah.
this kid. Oh, maybe it's someone from the town. Yeah. One of the like bully kids. Oh, frack. I was gonna say, is it his sibling, half sibling? But
No,
no,
they'd be way
okay.
too. That kid looked way too old to be his sibling.
right. True. Good point. Okay, so it's probably one of the bully kids from the village. Yeah, you're
Maybe.
probably right.
Yeah.
Frack. Wow, this is not what I expected. Jeez.
Dude,
ルディ。
he's a mess.
第一部、心の友ルイジェルドとの出会い。そしてリカリスの
Kindred
町での
spirit.
大騒動。第二部、配下のエリス、ルイジェルドと共に。
Why is the dad getting mad?
デウスが人神のことはぼかしておこう。あいつはなんか
Man
うさん
God.
くせえしな。
What is going on
思
here?
い返せばなかなか楽しい旅だった。
Yeah, he's like, the dad's getting mad?
もういい。お前がこの1年ちょっとの間遊び歩いてたってことはよくわかっ
what?
た。
Bro, he's
What?
been trying to get back to you.
他に災害に巻き込まれた奴らの情報を集めなかった。
どうして
He didn't even know.
答えようがない。
Yeah, but he didn't know it was a
理由があると
disaster.
すればただ一つ。
気が回りませんでした。
So he did know about the disaster.
その余裕がなくて。
可愛いお嬢様と二人で遠足気分で冒険者暮らし。
Bro, come on,
強
dude.
力な護衛までついているときた。それでなんだ。ミリシオンに来て最初にやったことがパンツかぶって正義の味方ごっこか。
I mean, yeah.
右も左もわからない状況で、じゃあなんで突っかかってくるんですか。
Yeah,
エリスって
seriously.
のはフィリップの娘だったか。
ああ、もちろんそう。
Ugh,
さぞ
Dude.
可愛いお嬢さんなんだろうな。手紙を
I
出
do
された
not like
のは
this at all.
女のことで
Jeez.
父様にとやかく言われたくないですよ。
Oh,
その女の人は何なんですか。近くにそんな綺麗な女の人がいるって母様やリーリャは知ってるんですか。
boy.
知らねえよ。
Dude.
知ってるわけねえだろ。
Oh, are they dead?
これ新しい弟か妹ができる気も
Uh oh.
ふざけたこと言ってんじゃねえぞルディ。ここに来たってことは
それがどうしたってんだよ。
なら知ってるだろうが。
知らねえっつってんだろ。
Uh oh. He's dodging, dude. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh,
Get wrecked. Paul deserved this, dude.
一生懸命
oh.
やってきたんだ。
Let's go.
ない場所に飛ばされて誰も知ってる人がいなくて。
Yeah, exactly, dude. This is your son.
てめえならもっとうまくできただろうが。
Oh,
Bro,
come on.
Come on.
そうなんだよその目は。そんな顔するやつじゃなかったはずだろ。くそ。
I think his mom and whatchamacallit are
Oh.
dead. Oh, that's his sister. Yeah, that's his little sister. Dang,
No way.
dude.
モロ覚えてるか。お兄ちゃん。お父さんをいじめないで。
She doesn't know him at all.
Yeah, because I guess he was with Eris for a while, right? So,
Yeah.
だよ。それ。
bro, this is not the happy family reunion I was hoping for.
No kidding. What the frick?
何も見なかった。
Oh.
俺は何もしなかった。
No, dude, not like this.
そしてすぐに旅立とう。明日か。
Oh,
No.
bro.
転移したのはお前だけじゃねえ。ブエナ村の奴らも全員災害に巻き込まれた。
今
い
なんつった？
Exactly.
Okay, so he didn't
冒険
know.
者ギルドにも伝言は残した。お前冒険者になったんだろう。なんで見てねえんだよ。
He doesn't know to read the boards,
お前
man.
がのんきに隠してる間に
Yeah.
何人も死んだんだぞ。
But how's that his fault?
どうして思い至らなかったんだ。
Yeah, like, Paul's being unreasonable, man.
ブエナ村が無事だって思っ
See,
たんだ。
this is exactly what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
assumed. Why would he assume anything different? I mean, maybe it's common knowledge, and I guess they should have maybe taught him that to like look at the freaking things or adventures are supposed to do that. But I feel like I don't know.
Well, if it was so common knowledge, like, I'd assume Eris would know, right?
somebody
But it's not
would
so
frickin'
common
know,
that,
right?
like, other kids would know. And then, like, the Rugert or whatever his name, he doesn't know either. Like, yeah, dude, I don't know. All 100% of the blame here goes on Paul, because from his perspective, this is his son who's like, what, 12? He sent him
Yeah.
away. You know, you're going to go away for 5 years or whatever, and then you're going to come back and after you've worked. Like, I don't know. Paul's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, Paul's looking at him like you could have done more. Like he's just like, I understand a little bit of the confliction from Paul, because Paul has looked at Rudy like he's some kind of freaking genius super kid who can do basically freaking anything. And then all of a sudden he's gone and he expects Rudy to do the whole world now that he's like far away. So
I
like,
guess.
I get that
It-
like to a degree, he's like, you could have done more, but his expectations were obviously too freaking high.
That's what I was
And-
going to say. Yeah.
Right. And so
Yeah.
like he's in the wrong with his expectations because, you know, I don't know exactly what's happened with him so far, but like I kind of have a little bit of sympathy for Paul, not a lot, but I kind of get where he's coming from. I do think he's still in the wrong. I don't know how to put the blame on Rudy for not looking at the signs and stuff, because like we have a lot of the same information Rudy has. So from our joint perspective, we don't know to look at these freaking message boards. But like
Yeah.
then at the same time, it's like, okay, but if this was important information and he is part of the Adventurers Guild, maybe he would have known that. Maybe that is information that he has gained. We just haven't seen it, and he should have known that. And again, to his point, you know, they were near the manor when they had this issue happen. They were near that city, right, where this mana thing happened, and he was super far away. He had to go super far away on a carriage with Ghislaine in order to get to the manor in that area. Why would he think that the village was in danger? So, I mean,
Yeah,
I have sympathy
yeah.
for both parties. I think Paul's more in the wrong, but like,
I don't have sympathy for Paul in regards to the expectations he had for Rudy.
sure.
Like, there's a difference between like hoping, like, oh man, my son's a brilliant genius for his age, I hope he does this, versus like literally, if you don't do XYZ unsaid
Right.
thing, what has happened is somehow your
Right.
fault, or you're
True.
partially to blame.
That's fair.
Where I do have like empathy for Paul is if something happened to his wife and his other kid, or both his mom and whatever the redhead maid girl is, like people he loves, and he's like been worried sick, and the stress has just like gotten to him so much that he's just like, you know, snapped. I have empathy for that, but
Sure.
he's still in the wrong. Because, like, yeah, we know Rudy is much older and should be much wiser, maybe in some things. That argument can be made, but it's independent of Paul's view of Rudy. As far
True.
as Paul knows, Rudy is his kid, and he's still a child. And so to put on him the
But
kind
he
of
knows-
expectation that he would put on himself,
Yeah,
like-
okay, but hold on. There is some level of like, he doesn't think he's an adult, but he knows that Rudy is special, right? Rudy is different from other kids. So I think putting that entire thing on Paul is a little much, I think. He knows there's something up with Rudy.
There's a difference between being like a prodigal genius in certain things and just having like legit life wisdom. And that's something that only comes with age. You could be a 15-year-old genius in math, but bro, you're not going to know anything of like how to raise a child. You're not going to
Right.
know like, you know, how to,
Yeah.
there's like so many different things that just,
Sure.
you only gain through time and experience and age. So like, yes, the argument can be made that Rudy should have been wiser, but that argument is independent of what Paul should expect from Rudy.
Sure. I think just to clarify our 2 points then is if the expectation for if Rudy was actually fully a kid is down here and the expectation that his dad had is up here, then I think the expectation should have been in the middle, right? Like he expected too much from Rudy because maybe he believed too much in Rudy of what he was capable of. Now he shouldn't. I don't expect at all that he would have had kid expectations whatsoever. I think that's unreasonable to say, oh, you should expect that he was a kid. No, I think that's unreasonable. But in the middle is where I think his expectations should have been. I think you can probably agree that, you know, having high or too low of expectations would be a little unfair too. He's seen what Rudy is capable of.
I could agree with that, but it still doesn't change the fact that he reacted to this totally poorly.
100%. 100%. Yeah,
like,
that's true. And he's taking it out, right? He's emotionally kind of lashing out here like, oh, you've been having your little vacation, you're having a little adventure, are you having fun, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I think him lashing out and maybe Rudy not doing well enough on his due diligence on reading the messages on the board probably puts them both at fault in that situation, at least.
I just can't imagine how any father could see his child who's been missing. He doesn't know for a fact. He's been hoping like, okay, Rudy, you can take care of yourself. I hope you'll be okay. And I think you will. But you don't know. And seeing him and not meeting him with anything other than just like overwhelming relief and love. Like it just.
Sure.
I can't imagine it, dude. It just, I don't know.
That's fair, but we don't know the side of the story, to be fair, and I agree with you mostly, almost 100%. However, my 1% of like, well, hold up, is we don't know what's happened with Paul. There may actually be a really good explanation as to why he's not having that same reaction, right? That's why my reservation is like, okay, we don't know what's happened with Paul yet and why he's particularly upset. So I'd be willing to hear him out at least to have some sort of justification.
It'd have to be something like just perfectly.
Sure. That's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah. I don't think there's something that perfect, an explanation that perfect, but maybe there is. We'll see.
But I'm not saying that that's necessarily going to be the case, but I at least will hold out for some kind of good explanation. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt.
Like the worst thing that I can think of is that he's received word that like there's 3 people as far as we know that are missing. His wife, his lover, the maid girl, and his other kid. Let's say 2 of them are dead and he's still out looking for one. Maybe the other kid, maybe the 2 women are dead and he's looking for the other kid. Like,
right.
Dude, one of your children has just come back. Like, you didn't know that he was okay.
For sure.
You were assuming and you were hoping. The fact that they died does not give you the right to like lash out this way. I
feel you.
I see it a little bit more black and white, maybe. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, you're the guy with kids, so maybe you have more of a clarity on it than I do.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to put myself in that in like as much as I can. Like, okay, let's say like a cataclysm happened and my son, I finally see him again after like so long. After first off, I haven't seen him the whole time he was at the manor. I don't know how long that was, like a couple of years maybe. And then a year and a half go by after this crazy thing happens. Dude, the only emotion that I can think of that would come to me is relief and love. Like that's it.
Right.
I can't think of anything
else.
I
agree 100%, George. 100%. We are in the same boat. I would have the same reaction if I had my own hypothetical children. But at this point, I'm at least willing to be like, okay, there's more. Like, look at him. Look at Paul. Okay, he is not in a headspace and a situation where he's just going to be like.
I can empathize with his situation, but it doesn't annul him of his poor reaction.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
なんで人さらいを
奴隷になったやつもいるんだよ。
Oh.
突然転移して そこがどこだかわからない状態で騙されて
And they got tricked and enslaved. Yeah. Frick.
そんなのが何人もいたんだ
That's rough, dude.
そうだ。
よし明日もう一度話そう何前にもこういうことあったじゃないか話せばわかるさ
Uh-oh.
パウロを落ち着かせてまずはパウロに会ってパウロに
Oh.
Oh, jeez, dude. Poor Rudy.
さっきゴブリンたちを倒してきたら誰よ誰にやられたの
なんでもないよ
そんなはずない
何かあったのか。
この町に父様がいました
I wonder how much he's gonna tell him.
Oh boy.
なんで久しぶりに会えたんでしょ
Oh.
殺してやるわ
Oh, man.
話しなさいよ
That's not the right thing to do.
Okay, that's funny. She says "bukuro steiru" as like I'm gonna beat him up, but it says I'm gonna murder him. That's a little freaking different.
Well, I'm gonna murder him is like, it's not
Yeah.
always literal, right? It's just
True,
like a
true.
strong emphasis. Yeah.
あんなに頑張ってたルーデウスがこんなに弱ってるのよ父親失格よ
Oh,
っているなら、お前が慰めてやれば。
true. Not like that. Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Oh, Eris is so freaking earnest. It's so cute.
Doesn't know what to say. That's so funny.
Oh.
大丈夫よ私がついてやる
Oh.
からごめんなさいルーデウス私あんまりこういうの得意じゃないから
She's trying, though. She's trying.
Yeah. So sweet. And he's not being a freaking perv about it either.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
for him.
It's amazing.
He was genuinely sad, though, so that's probably part of it.
Yeah, well, hopefully that'll be a revelation for him that he can just be grateful for something.
True, true.
Wow.
Interesting that the episodes part's not translated.
Yeah,
Wow.
I noticed that too. I'm not sure why it's not there, but I guess it is what it is.
Okay.
It's Gare. The font's a little hard to read. It's Gareka, I think. But I don't know what that means.
What does
so
that mean? Oh.
I don't know.
I was just gonna say. Okay.
Well, that was good. That was, you know, I gotta say, I really liked the kind of emotional twists and turns and roller coaster here and this kind of sweet ending. I think this was just what I needed from Jobless Reincarnation this episode. I don't know about you, but I feel like this was perfect.
Yeah. From a storytelling perspective, for sure, it was really good. It's not what I would have wanted to happen. I would have wanted the reunion between family to be much happier, but no, this is like good storytelling. I'll give you that.
Right.
Yeah,
I like that it wasn't so. It made, I don't know, it made it more interesting. I think, not necessarily like believable. I'm not saying it's more believable or realistic or whatnot. And yeah, it would be better to have like a happy-go-lucky time of it. But I think they will make up. But I do think this adds like a bit of a foil to the characters, both Rudy and Paul, that I find interesting.
And the fact that they just met just now, like, I'm much more okay with. Like, if they had waited for like the reunion to be like the season finale, and then they end it this way,
It would have been
like,
pretty empty.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what the heck was that? But the fact that it's happening now, it's like, okay, there's plenty of room in the season for something to happen in their relationship. Hopefully it's towards the good. And I don't think they'll be at odds perpetually, obviously, unless like Paul's a complete idiot.
Well, we know Paul, and he is a complete idiot.
Yes, yeah, true. But like a complete idiot and just like terrible father, like terrible in the full sense of the word and stuff. So
he is an idiot, but he wasn't a terrible father. He was a pretty decent
he did his
father.
best.
Yeah.
Did his best, yeah, for sure.
I think at some point we're gonna have a scene where Paul and Rudy are gonna be embracing and crying about how much they missed each other, and they're gonna be more honest with their feelings. I think that they both have they're both at fault to a degree, one degree or another. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna try and freaking break it down, but I think they both have some level of guard up and they both have some level of fault, and it's caused a very messy reunion. But I think their true feelings of relief and, relief and love is probably going to come through at some point. I hope sooner rather than
I
later.
think it will.
But I think
Yeah.
it will.
100% it will. I'd be willing to bet on it. But yeah, it's just, the way it happened was
Not ideal,
yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it was it was a good episode, even though it didn't go the way I wanted. Like, again, from a storytelling thing, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Do you think the mom and I even said the name and I totally forgot, Lillian or something,
Lilia?
or Lilia,
Milia?
something, I don't know. Do you think they're still alive?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Even the maid?
Yeah.
She didn't seem like the fighter type.
No, she doesn't, and she might be a slave. But
True. She's probably most likely a slave. Yeah.
yeah, her and her daughter might be somewhere as slaves, which would be very sad. I think Zethia, something like that, is I think she'll be fine because she's an adventurer, she's a healer, she seems capable. Like, she's gonna land on her feet.
Yes.
But
yeah,
it is
she's more capable than the maid, I think, because the maid, as far as we know, she was just a maid. So
yeah. The thing that makes me worried, though, about everyone, Sylphie and everybody that we just talked about, is at least Zethia should know to read the message boards and send letters, and right? So that, like, it's been a year and a half. There's no communication or anything. It does make me worried, like Paul probably would be, that these people have not found good ends, whether they're alive or not, right? Like, it's Paul's belief probably at this point, like, it's just like a foregone conclusion they're either enslaved or dead based on the amount of time that's transpassed.
And that's why,
and
that's why I said I can empathize with Paul, because like the dude's got to be stressing like hardcore.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's funny, I even said in the beginning of the episode that I don't think Rudy has like the father-son love that you would typically expect. And it seems like there's more of that than I realized, and potentially even Rudy himself realized.
There's less of it?
More of it. Oh, did I say less?
More
I meant
of
to say
it.
more.
I freaking spaced out for like a quarter of a second.
okay.
I missed that one word.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree. When you were saying that, like, oh, Rudy doesn't really see him as dad, I was a little bit skeptical about that. And then seeing them act like this and seeing Rudy act like this, I think Rudy does see them a lot more as parents than we would have anticipated.
Yeah.
Which I think is good.
And I think I also want to say that even he anticipated himself. Like, I don't know if he fully realized.
Yeah.
Because like he was, even when he was like walking in his room, he's like, oh, but it's just Paul. Like, it's just
like, it's whatever.
It's just Paul. Like, we're going to make up. And then it just hit him like, no, dude, I just fought with my dad.
Yeah.
And like,
the emotions
yeah.
rushed and hit him really hard. I've only had one time in my life where I was so emotionally distraught, I literally almost freaking chucked. And so
thankfully I haven't had that.
Yeah, I can at least sympathize with that. Like, it hits you like a rock all of a sudden, and yeah, it's not fun. So yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that I just really like the depth, right? I like characters with texture and intrigue. They don't have to be like, they don't always have to be subverting expectations, but I just like someone with depth. And I think Rudy and Paul are acting in ways that we didn't necessarily expect. And sometimes you can have a lot of depth and act in a way you do expect. But overall, I think it was a really good episode. It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Really good.
So,
okay. Thankfully we get one more.
That's the treat. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get to it.
父さん
Oh,
It
getting a
was the little
flashback?
girl. Oh, yeah, this is a flashback.
Oh, it's
Oh,
all
no, this
gone.
is his story.
さんここどこ
Oh, dude.
It's a good thing she was with him. Oh my freaking gosh,
Oh.
dude.
Dude, my instant thought would be, what if the other little girl wasn't, man?
Oh, don't say that. Dude, they're literally freaking nowhere.
Yeah, what?
ゼニス、リリア、
Lilia,
Lilia, that's who it is.
Aisha, Zenith.
Zenith. Yeah, Zenith, Lilia, Aisha.
Oh, he was literally
Oh.
standing looking out the window.
Next to them, dude.
He's so fucking cute. Holy
大丈
frick.
夫だ。家に帰ろう。
Yeah, wherever that frickin' is. Oh no. He just
I'm
started
sure by the
picking-
location of the sun, he can maybe gauge it out somehow.
Oh.
Oh, dude, at least he found a horse.
Oh, she got sick.
He can't even start a fire. It's all rainy.
She is gonna love her dad so frickin' much.
Yeah. Seriously. Oh, no.
They did make it back home. Oh my freaking gosh.
Okay, I
There's
thought that was the
nothing.
town just all teleported, but... Yeah, what the heck? Oh, these all people from there. Okay.
Yeah, all
Wow.
the people he found.
He stepped up, dude. Like, good for him
He
on
did.
this.
He's finding everyone but.
Yeah.
So
That's so sweet. Yeah.
He's had a rough time, man. Because this is... He's had to come to terms with the idea that he's found all these other people. Finding people has probably slowed down significantly. And then at this point, it's just like, listen, I mean, I just said it earlier, but like, he just has to accept at this point that they're gone. Like,
Yeah.
he's just not going to see him again. Like,
Which, again, I feel so bad for him. He's been through hell. I have nothing but empathy for him. But wouldn't finding your son be a ray of hope in all that?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with that sentiment, but I don't know. Everyone's different, and we don't know exactly his headspace and what his relationship was 100% to Rudy and stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
Dang. Well, that's the one way to get the backstory out.
Yeah. True.
よう、探したぜ。
Oh,
Oh,
キースてめえ、どこ行ってやがった。
ああ、なんだなんだ。相変わらず不機嫌そうだな。なるほどな。
dude,
wow.
I'm here drinking, man.
お前さ、息子に期待しすぎじゃねえのか？
Yes.
俺がおう、そうさ。あいつはすげえぜ。
See, that's what I was
け
thinking.
ど、ルーデウスはまだ11歳の
Yeah,
ガキ
see,
Yeah.
I'm on Gisa's side.
11歳の頃何してた？
何言って。
He's 11. I thought he was 12.
俺じゃなくったって、まあ大陸縦断ぐらいできるさ。
いや、
うん
できねえな。絶対にできねえ。
じゃあなおさらじゃねえか。俺にできねえことをやった。
Dude,
天才
Paul,
だ。
come on, bro.
あいつは天才
Show
だ。
some humility, dude. You're wrong on
期待
this.
するのは間違ってるが？ああ、ギース。俺は間違ってるが。
間違ってるね。お前はいつだって間違ってる。
Bro, I love geese, dude.
お前、マ大陸には行ったことねえんだろう。知っての通り、俺はあっちの出身だ。
Oh, he's
Oh.
from the demon continent? What the
その
heck?
俺に言わせりゃ、お前みたいな中央大陸出身のアマちゃんには分からねえだろ。
Wow, dude.
Wow.
街の外は一面荒野。ルーデウスがいくら天才といったところで人には限界がある。ましてや
Yeah, I agree. He did amazing.
子供だ。
Yeah.
それはお前を心配させないためだろ。
なんであいつが俺の心配なんてしてんだ。
Bro, look at your state, man.
そうだ。お前がダメな親父だからだ。
そうかよ。
Bro.
そうだろうな。俺は酒に逃げちまうような弱い男さ。
I mean
天才様の目にはさぞ哀れに映っただろうな。
Dude.
別に天才じゃなくたって。今
Let go of your pride, man.
パウロ。
Paul.
ああ、かわいそうにな。すっげえ苦労して旅してきて、せっかく父親と再会できたっていうのに、その
This is the perspective that he needs.
なんで素直に再会を喜ぶんだ。
Yes, bro, Geese is based, man. Let's go. And I didn't think I could love his character more.
まずはそれを喜べよ。
Yeah, dude, exactly. Oh, bro, he's cutting him deep, man. Yeah, part of him was mad at Paul or at Rudy that he didn't have as hard of a time as he did.
Oh, that's a
crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I thought the
crazy.
same thing. I thought, you know what? I think he kind of was. He was kind of hoping that he would see this kid who had been broken, and he thought, you finally got a taste, buddy. You finally took too much. You bit off more than you could chew, and he would have
should
liked
just been
that.
happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he should have been happy that his son was spared the suffering. Like, Paul,
Yeah.
dude, Paul. Come on, man.
Let it go, man. You gotta let it go.
お父さん、ノルンのほっぺた柔らかいね。父様、
Bro, this is your son, man.
父様が早く見つけてくれないので、僕の体はこんなことになってしまいました。
Yeah, is this what you wanted, dude?
Exactly.
You've had it rough, dude, but you can still make it up.
ダメかもしれねえな。
Maybe. Some progress, I guess.
Eris is pissed.
She's still mad.
Oh,
Eris is
boy.
gonna let him have it.
パウロ・グレイラット。なんだ、女の後ろなんかに隠れやがって。
Oh my gosh,
いい
dude.
男じゃねえか。
ルーデウスをあんな目に合わせておいてよくここまで来れたわね。ちょっとルイゼルド、話しなさいよ。
二人にさせてやれ。
あんたもこの見たでしょ。あんなの父親じゃない。
そう言ってやるな。父親なんてあんなものだ。お前の言い分もあるだろうが、その言い分が通るのは息子が生きている時だけだ。
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Dang, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
exactly.
this-
He should be
when
like
he's-
happy he's alive and well, man. Like,
Yeah, because
Ugh.
when his son is gone, those grievances will disappear immediately, and you'll be real frickin' sorry you had him in the first place. It's a great
Yep.
frickin' line.
the awkward silence.
昨日言ってた。随分と気の良さそうなやつじゃないか。
怖がったりしないんですか？
バカ言え。息子の恩人だぞ。
Okay.
One step at a time.
お前だって一生懸命だったんだろ。
いえいえ、全然余裕でしたよ。
Hmm.
What?
余裕か。
That's just not true.
It's not. Because we're getting imprisoned naked for days.
Yeah.
The bartender's had enough.
お前はこれからどうするんだ。フィットアリオには何もないぞ。街の人々も全部消えた。
The whole
Towns
town
and people.
vanished.
ボレアス家の人々もおそらく。
サービスだ。
ありがとうございます。
顔ぐらい見てやれよ。
Wow.
Oh.
なんですかその顔は。
何ですかって。なんだよ。
Oh, he shaved. I just realized that.
You just noticed?
Yeah, I just noticed.
No, this is the face of pain, man.
引きこもり始めてすぐの頃だった。
Oh, his own face.
しかしいいよな。一日中ゲームし放題じゃん。俺も引きこもりてえな。学校とかだりし。
ふざけんな。
Dang.
他人事だからそんなことが言えるんだ。
怒んなって。さっきのはほんの冗談だろ。
Bro.
何されたか。
俺がこんなに落ち込んでいるのに、こいつはなぜ能天気に楽しそうに無神経に
Dang,
話
dude.
してられるんだ。そう思った。
Ah, frick. Here it
頭が冷
is.
えた時、あいつなりに俺を励ましてくれていたんだって。
But it was too late.
もし次に来てくれたら謝ろうと思ってた。
Yeah, but
Oh,
he never
frick.
stopped by.
あいつが来ることは二度となかった。パウロは来てくれた。わざわざ出向き、謝りに来てくれた。
Let's go!
Wow, dude. This is some major character growth.
なんだ。何が言いたいんだ。
確かパウロは今年で30歳。生前の俺よりまだ
Wow.
年下だ。
Jeez.
俺はやることもやらず、相手を責めることばかり考えていた。
何を言って。
でも、俺もあの頃とは違う。
いいからほら、こっちに来てください。
おう。
Taking a
Yeah,
hug.
here we go!
手を広げて。
こうか。
しゃがんでください。そのままじゃ飛び込めないじゃないですか。
Oh.
That's sweet. Dang, dude.
会いたかった。
Dang. Good for Paul. And Rudy.
俺も会いたかった。会いたかったんだよ。
Dang, dude.
ずっと
Oh,
見つからなくて。
it's true.
Wow.
じゃないかって思って。ごめん。ごめんな。
Aw.
僕こそすみませんでした。
Wow.
こうして、俺はやっと父親と再会することができたのだ。
Nice.
Dang, dude. I did not expect such an emotional, touching moment from this show. What the heck?
4人目はできたんですか？
それがなかなか。
Oh my gosh. Immediately to this, of course.
お帰りなす。
Oh!
Oh,
どうしたんですかその技。
what?
に苦労した。
It wasn't easy to stop her?
Ooh,
一
jeez.
緒にいるのよ。なんでよ。ルーデス昨日。
Oh my gosh, Eris.
エリス、昨日はすみませんでした。でも、
何よ。
Can't hold on to it forever, Eris.
一人の人間です。
Yes.
いや、仲直りできたのなら、それでいい。
King Eris.
Got a very childish sense of justice still.
Yeah.
父様が旅費と紹介状をくれました。
Oh.
これで次にミリス大陸から中央大陸へ
Let's go?
How did he get that?
ことができるはずです
I'm sure
How
he's
does he
got
still have so
insane
much money?
connections. Of course he's got
Maybe,
insane
probably.
connections.
True.
フィリップ様もサウロス様もまだ見つかってないとか。
Dude, this sucks,
Her
man.
mom and dad.
キレーヌも居所がわからないというし。
Bro, this is terrible.
She's got to be okay, though. Ghislaine? There's no way she's
そ
dead.
のぐらい覚悟していたわ。
Oh.
今探さなければ二度と会えない家族がいるので、そ
Wow.
れを優先したいと思います。
Dang. Paul gets someone to share the weight with, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Good for both of them.
ほら、ノルン。
A little sister.
お兄ちゃんにお別れの挨拶をしよう。
Nord is so adorable.
Oh, wait, is
Come
this a
on,
kid?
Nord.
A boy? I thought it was a little girl, but I guess it
It
is
is
a
a
boy.
little
I
girl.
forgot about that. Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be.
「
Come on, Nord.
これで次はサービスだ」
Oh,
「
Oh,
Dude, he loves kids.
切にしろ
He does. It's so freaking funny.
それでは父様も体に気をつけて。
お前もな。
Jeez, this girl.
Yeah.
Her chainmail
Literally a-
bikini.
Exactly. What the heck?
So funny. Oh,
Oh,
they
he
gave
gave them-
statues. Let's go.
Spurge statues. That's amazing.
なんだまたどこかに行くのか。
He's gonna go with them?
じゃあ
No way. Bro. Keith is such a bro, dude.
Wow.
He's gonna go searching for people there.
That's right. Pick yourself up, Paul. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's freaking go.
This was very well done.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Episode 17 reunion.
Yes.
Touch the mic.
This is what I
Wow.
wanted. Jobless Reincarnation.
I think
This was a
I think the-
great episode.
yeah, the combination
or
of these
set.
two episodes, maybe the best so far.
It was incredible. It was really good.
I'm trying to think of like anything that might have been better, but no.
I mean, there's been a lot of really good episodes. These are certainly in the top, if not the top. I don't want to have to like rank them all, but like these were two of the best episodes in the series so far, no doubt. And
Yeah, 100%.
there was no action. There was no
No action.
excitement per se. It was just emotionally driven. They've done a really
Yeah.
good job building up the characters up into this point, and there's believable motivations, and they pulled it off really well. How did you feel now, knowing everything, and we're at the end of this kind of emotional journey with Paul and Rudy? Do you have at least some more sympathy for Paul, George?
Oh, I was always full of sympathy and empathy for him. Like I could totally put myself in his shoes and in his place. I just would have arrived at different
Well, because you're
At a
a
different outcome.
emotionally mature person who's had the benefit of a modern society.
Yes, I was gonna say I haven't gone through some like world changing cataclysm, but I'd like
Right.
to think that even through that, like I wouldn't change when seeing my son. And like Paul realized he was in the wrong. Thankfully, the wonderful weaving of like multiple themes in this, like the pride that Paul had. The pride that Rudy had in his old life, recognizing that in Paul, and like Rudy almost getting to like literally relive a very similar thing and then vicariously relive it, and then also help someone who was in need of his own in his own shoes. And it just so happened to be his father, and he was like the kid, but he's like way older than the father was at the time. Like it's just bro,
That
like
was
so many
awesome.
things. Yeah, like so many things came in together. Chef's kiss, dude. That was like
Yes.
that was fantastic writing. Like
The fact that they pulled
10 out of 10 right there.
that flashback to his life and tied it together so well in the 11th hour of that scenario was crazy. How well it worked. It worked perfectly. I was like, holy
Yes.
frick, this was
Yeah.
really well done.
yeah, so many freaking
Ugh.
angles.
Yeah.
And they all fit. They were all believable. The conclusion was extremely satisfying. The redemption for both the characters was like great. And
Yeah.
Rudy, and it wasn't just like Rudy was helping Paul; he was helping himself too.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
dude, just
It was an
so well
uplifting
done.
experience
done.
for everyone.
Yeah, just
And
fantastic.
Paul's perspective was just like I thought. He had his expectation of what Rudy was capable of wasn't necessarily even wrong. I mean, Rudy said he had fun and it was like a game to him, but I don't know, that's 50% wrong. And it is 50% right. There were times where he was treating it like a game. It was fun. It was his entertainment. But at the same time, there were times where it wasn't that. And he was getting fricked up. So
Yes, 100%. And Rudy also has like the benefit of knowing he's actually like, I guess if you add it up now, he's like what, 40 something? He's
40
well into his
something, yeah.
40s.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. Well, whereas Paul, like, he only can really think of him as like 11 and stuff. So yeah, like, I also get why Rudy arrived to his conclusion, was like, no, I should have done better, right? Because yeah, looks like you should have. Yeah, dude, so good, so good. Everything about these 2 episodes, and Geese once again does not disappoint, dude. Yeah,
emotional goat.
And it's funny because like last episode, or not this like episode, but our episode, you mentioned that he had like a monkey-esque nose, like he looked kind of ape-like. I noticed multiple times now that his fingernails are black, and he also says he comes from the demon continent.
Very interesting, right?
He's not human. He's demon.
I'm thinking he's like a beast man of some variety, potentially.
Yeah.
He does kind of have that look. Something about it. Some of the way this is kind of a weird observation, but right at the end there, you could see that he had a lot of hair popping out of his pants near a certain area. But it was like a lot. It was like a decent amount where it was like noticeable. I was like, what the heck? But it just made me think even more, this guy is like beastly like. Like, I don't know what it is, if he's like a half beastman or what, but like, there's no way
true.
He's
like
fully human.
maybe his dad was human and his mom was like a beast, and she just went back to the continent, right, and had him there. Yeah, because like his nose could also be a monkey, but there's also that like goose nose thing, right? There's like that goose that has like a little bit of a bigger thing.
Sure. Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, I mean, emotional masterclass of a freaking 2 episode set. Tying that up so perfectly and so satisfyingly and believable and everything. I just feel like, I don't know about you, but before the moment where they are embracing and Paul is crying and they're really repairing it, I felt like there is just such a wall. And it feels like, how can things go back to normal? Like, it doesn't feel like this is going to be able to be overcome. Like, it's awkward and it just doesn't work. But then once they have that emotional release,
he jumps to his arms.
Yeah, it just like, for some reason, the impossible in my mind becomes possible. And it really just tears all that down. I've even had emotional moments in my life where it's like, it doesn't feel like anything will be able to fix the scenario. But then you just have that release of emotions and then everything seems to kind of dissolve. It's like incredible how that just works in human nature and whatnot. And the fact that they pulled that off in fiction, because it's not real, right? They were able to bring that emotional throughput for the characters and the audience while just simultaneously making it so believable is honestly so impressive.
Yeah, no, like I said, that little parentheses thing, like those like whatever 5 minutes total, just 10 out of 10. Like literally perfect. Literally perfect. And it's something that can only be done in a show like Jobless Reincarnation. Again, like you have to have characters with these kind of flaws to be able to overcome these kind of flaws. And it would be weird that a shut-in also wouldn't be kind of a perv. Right? So like you have to bring the full package. You have to bring the whole thing. Right? Like he was a sexually frustrated man, and like it's easy to see why.
Right.
But with it comes all these other things, and they're able to give us a moment like this. Like, wow.
The fact that the author is able to conceive of a scenario where a shut-in has this experience that they can then relate to this fantasy life, family life that they have, and then with their father, and then be able to like think of that connection there. That's a connection thread that does not exist in freaking real life at all. You have to 100% fabricate the scenario. That's so impressive. It's incredibly impressive.
I agree. I agree. Really good, dude.
Crazy.
Really good. Dang.
Crazy.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
I didn't expect us to be like all of this, and then now they're moving on. It was so well paced, and now we're on to the next thing. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's very cathartic episodes, and now,
Good word.
this cements more though my belief that they'll get back to where they were at the end of the season. I think because now we have, we're gonna have 6 episodes left. Like it would feel weird for him to get back and then start some additional thing that can't be concluded in like a couple episodes. Maybe they can. I don't know. They just pulled this off. So like, what the heck do I know, dude? This is really good. So I don't know.
Okay, next episode is the traveling episode. Then the next episode after that, they arrive. A conflict comes up. The rest of the season is dealing with resolving that conflict of what's going on there. And then season 2 goes in, and it's the search for Zenith and the gang.
Yeah. What I assume is going to happen is Eris is going to be like, well, I don't know where my mom or dad are, so we can just look for everybody together, and then the 3 of them stick together. Ruijerd is still there to fix the Spurge's reputation.
Yeah,
and so
do you think
finding people will be good, I guess, for that?
Do you think that Ruijerd is always going to be there? Do you think he's a permanent fixture to the group dynamic? Or do you think at some point the plot is going to remove this guy so more interesting things can start taking place? Not that interesting things can't take place with him. They've done a really good job of handling his character despite the fact that he's fucking OP AF. But, you know, do you think that he'll be removed?
I could see it happening. I mean, I could even see Eris being removed, to be honest. Like, there's certain characters that I was like, oh, okay, well, the series is going to have them here the whole time. Sylphiette, I thought was going to be a character like that.
Ghislaine?
Ghislaine. What's her name? Roxy? When she came to teach. And then, like, literally, it was like 1 or 2 episodes later, and she's like, all right, I taught you everything I could teach you. I'm out. It's like,
see ya.
Bro, what? I thought this was going to be like... She was going to be here all of season 1 or whatever. But they still continue to reappear, right? Like, Sylphiette just reappeared only once. Roxy's reappeared multiple times. So I assume it's going to be something like that. Like, we're still going to very briefly keep up on them. I can see why Sylphiette is not being followed up on, because they want to keep the mystery of what happened to her.
Right.
But, you know, once that's gone, like, yeah. I know at some point it's going to be some sort of love triangle between Sylphiette and Eris. And Rudy's going to love it.
Yeah, true.
Eat it up.
True.
Bringing these little girls after me.
That's one way to put it, George. Do you think that Sylphiette will still have feelings for Rudy after all this time?
They could have diminished. But seeing him again will reignite them, I think. I think. Right? Because it's not like if she's in a suffering through the cataclysm, which it's implied that most people are, it's logical to assume she hasn't had time for any like romantic interests. Unless it's some other like prisoner boy or slave boy or whatever, servant boy, whatever like situation she's in, and they can like suffer together, and that brings you kind of like a weird suffering connection, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
And so romantic feelings might be able to be developed there, but aside from that, like
very specific, but yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of very many options where romance or romantic interests are easy to bloom through a cataclysm. So
yeah, I wonder if we'll even see some of these characters again. I wonder.
It's possible. Sylphiette, I'm almost positive we'll see again. She has to be around. Like the whole beginning motivation was because of her. It would be really weird to off screen her, and then we just find out after the fact.
Yeah,
right, that she's been dead. The mom and so Zenith and Lillian, I don't know if it's
Lilia.
It's Lilia. Yeah, Lilia. One of them could potentially be off screened. I could see that happening. Or like something where we
What about
arrive
Aisha?
just too late. Aisha is going to be with one of the two. Maybe Zenith is.
I don't know. I don't
off-screened
think she
and-
is, bro. The thing that makes me really concerned is the reason why Norn was with Paul is because Paul was holding Norn. And we saw when they were teleported,
True.
it was just Zenith and Lilia by themselves.
Yeah.
Aisha wasn't there.
Yeah.
Aisha.
Dude, that would be so scary, dude. Just just as a parent, man.
Yeah.
Like, kidnapping is such a real fear. I don't know if it's to other parents, but it is for me. And just like the worry of like your mind can think of the worst horrors. So
Right.
just, dude, I don't wish that on anyone. So yeah, like it's hard
Yeah.
to say. It's hard to say. But
Well,
all right, good stuff. I'm glad we're
Very
watching
good.
2 episodes. I'm really glad we came back. Like, wow, this is
this was a perfect
This is
2
brilliant.
episodes to watch. Like, literally could not be
yeah.
better.
Oh, imagine it would not have hit the same. I don't think.
No.
If we had stopped last episode and then we start this our next, watch with this episode.
Yep.
So yeah, this was perfect. But,
We got lucky.
okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is again fantastic episodes. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if you want to see this 2 weeks ahead of time, go ahead and check out the Patreon and or channel membership. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, the real voting is happening right now. So check out Patreon and the channel membership for that. But with that, we'll see you guys next time. Take
Everybody.
care.